to parents to, I mean, you're an example of no matter what happened back then, God and grace can bring you home, but what can we do?
Well, quite frankly, part of my story is the sacrifice of my mother, who I found out many years after I entered religious life. When I was in college, when I was playing volleyball in college, my mother had finally kind of just had butted heads so much that my mother had financially cut me off, and she threatened to disown me. And she said, if you keep doing this, you will be dead to us. Like, you will not. And for my mom to say that, but my mom, like, she's thrown it down. And so she said, if you continue to date this man, if you continue to do this, we will disown you. And I was like, don't tell me what to do. And so, but my dad, my sweet father, had said nothing. I wish he would have. And many times when I give parish missions, I'm like, Dads, please speak to your daughters. Like, we need to hear from you. But my dad was very sweet and kind, but he just didn't know how to articulate his love. But my parents came to visit me in college one weekend, and my dad finally saw kind of how I was living my life that was very toxic. And I thought that was the end of the story. But I found out many years later that night my dad went home, and my dad looked at my mother, and he said to my mother, I will not let her do this. I will not give her away to that man in marriage. I won't do this. And my mother was heartbroken at that time, and so that night she got out of bed, and in the basement of our house we have a statue of our Blessed Mother, and my mom in tears got on her knees that night and she gave me away to our Blessed Mother. And she said, she is your daughter now because there's nothing I can do for her. I can't help her. I can't heal her. I give her to you as your daughter. And I'm 800 miles away. I'm an alcoholic. My life is a mortal sin. It's a mess. My mom began to fast and pray that I would become a nun. Here I am on your show today.
Really?
So I believe in the power of fasting and prayer. I believe in the power of entrusting your children to our Blessed Mother, who's a mother. I believe in just engaging your children as people, of speaking of your love to them, and never giving up. Never, 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 never give up on your kids. You might not see the fruit this side of heaven, but God always hears your prayers. Never give up.